Greetings, citizens, and thanks for tuning in to Nindie Nation. I'm Jeff, and today on episode 207, we've got a small but mighty lineup of independently developed games with a couple of exciting surprises. We also just published a video touching on the 10 highest rated indies so far this year, so if you've got some digital dollars burning a hole in your pocket, that's a great place to start. If you like these videos, please click the like button to help us grow, subscribe for more weekly indie game content, and join us on Discord or head down to the comments to share your thoughts on the 7 new notable Nindies hitting the Nintendo Switch through Sunday, April 14th. Starting on Thursday the 11th, you know we're beginning on a high note when the eShop makes me enter my age before viewing a trailer. And this week, that trailer is for Slave Zero X, developed by Poppy Works and published by Ziggurat for $24.99. Now if, like me, that name made your brain itch a little bit, it is in fact a prequel to the 1999 third-person action game Slave Zero for Windows and the Dreamcast. Who knew? This time playing as a 2D brawler with the, quote, depth of a fighting game, it has pretty decent reviews and is aimed at fans of Devil May Cry, Strider, and Guilty Gear. You're a part of a rebel group rising up against an evil warlord, and have decided that the best way to take out their robotic war machines, otherwise known as slaves, is to become one. It looks pretty cool, with its mix of hand-drawn artwork and big chunky pixel art set against 3D backdrops. And for the small group of Slave Zero diehards that I just learned are a thing, this game seems to be a big hit. And then swinging in the complete opposite direction, after a couple of years in early access, Bunny Hug and Coatsink Software finally release version 1.0 of Moonglow Bay with a discount for $18.74. Set on the eastern Canadian coastline in the 1980s, you play as a fisherman trying to save his town from bankruptcy and help fulfill his partner's dying wish. With colorful voxel art and a chill pace that allows for drop-in, drop-out co-op, you head out to sea, fish, then come home and cook, upgrading gear to find bigger and more exquisite things to catch among all of the 151 fish available. It's not my cup of tea, but it seems to be an enjoyable, relaxing time that's got the benefit of being set to a brand new soundtrack composed by Lena Raine, the genius behind Celeste's incredible soundtrack. This next one is quite the pleasant surprise. After playing so many Metroidvanias in 2023, I'm kinda burnt out after reaching the point where I'm practically trying to pull up a map every time I walk into the bathroom, just in case I missed a color-coded door along the way. So it's been a while since I've seen one through. But that might all change this week because a short, unique take on the genre comes to the Switch when Ato drops by way of Tiny Warrior Games for $14.99. You can already see its simplistic pixel art, but man, how refreshing is that pastel color palette? I really like it. After a father hangs up his life as a warrior to settle down with his wife and child, he must pick up the sword once again when his newborn baby is abducted. What follows is a 6-hour adventure set in a fictional feudal Japan, where every encounter is a fast-paced duel, requiring precision and timing. The combat here looks like so much fun, I want to check it out just for that alone. But I also appreciate that it includes multiple options to tailor the difficulty to your liking. Every resource I could find made it look like only a few people ever got around to playing this one, though every single one who did absolutely loved it. So I just might be sold. Citizens of Nindie Nation know by now that I am a big old baby who never engages in spooky things. But every once in a while, a game or movie comes along that really piques my interest. And if you're into psychological thrillers in the least, you're probably going to want to check this one out too. Loretta is developed by Yakov Budazov and released on Steam last year, but is coming to the Switch this week via Dangan Entertainment for $11.99. And you have got to watch this trailer. It's understandably obtuse given the premise, but what I gathered is this. Loretta is a prim and proper 1940s housewife who's forced to move out to the country with her writer husband. She learns he's cheating on her and that he took out a massive life insurance policy, and then people start dying. Your role in all of this is to either help Loretta move on, learn from her mistakes, and try to live a new lease on life by escaping the small town, or you can go totally nuts, killing anyone who starts asking questions, hiding bodies, and throwing the detectives off your trail. So not only is it a psychological horror adventure, but it's also very open-ended. Seriously though, go watch the trailer for yourself. It is all kinds of messed up. And if you end up checking the game out for yourself, let me know what you think. Now hold on just a minute. What is this? At first I dreaded covering yet another game with procedurally generated levels, roguelike mechanics, and RPG elements. What? But after learning more, Let's Revolution... Oh, wait, hold on. Let's Revolution! Sounds just like one of those games that you'd accidentally stay up till 3 a.m. playing. And it actually does something I haven't heard of before because it adds all of the trifecta elements into Minesweeper. You're leading an uprising and trying to escape the clutches of an evil king and his henchmen, so you play Minesweeper as if it were a big old game of hide and seek. There's 3 different classes, each with 5 levels of New Game Plus runs to master, and all the usual shops and abilities and all that kind of stuff you're used to is there as well. I'd probably be a bit more skeptical about this one, but since the team at Bark released the game on PC last summer, it has been welcomed with rave reviews. I'm talking an 88 on Metacritic. That's higher than Diablo 4. Seriously. So yeah, trifecta Minesweeper. That's pretty nuts. But if you want to check it out for yourself on April 11th, it'll set you back $14.99. Hero's Hour by Storm Trident and Forever Entertainment has received really great reviews as an accessible, real-time strategy game with an enormous amount of depth underneath. You build and manage a town while expanding your territory and searching out enemy factions to overtake. When you're doing the civ and town building stuff, the game is turn-based, but then as you engage in battle, you issue commands in real time to the sometimes hundreds of characters taking part in said battle. While that all sounds great, though, I did notice a couple things in the trailers. First, it's clearly PC footage, and even then, I still spotted some frame rate issues. And beyond that, the text on screen is teeny tiny. And second, considering the game was built with keyboard and mouse in mind, there are a lot of questions about the port that still need to be answered. So make sure to check reviews before diving in, and if you end up liking what you see, you can check it out for $17.99. And last up this week, and the only game releasing on Friday the 12th, is King Krieg Survivors by Super Rita for $5.99. It's another generic Vampire Survivors clone, but this time with a shtick that revolves around creating your own spells. And I kinda dig what they're doing here. Examples in the trailer include an explosive that you can then add lightning to, then modify it to leave a poison trail behind it, and then they toss in a couple of familiar summons to fight alongside you. And it all seems like a system that could be pretty fun to play with. There's very little information about this game though, and the publisher, 404 Games, has a catalog that is otherwise chock full of shovelware garbage. I'm not super optimistic about this one, but hey, I'd love to be pleasantly surprised. And you know what's crazy? Even though we've only got 7 games in this week's lineup, there are a whopping 43 titles releasing on the eShop in the same time frame. So as you debate clicking that like button, just take a moment to think of how much garbage I trudged through for all of you. Because I've got scars. But I've also got a list of games that I'm thinking of checking out, with Slave Zero and Ato right at the top. But what about you? Let me know down in the comments, or feel free to come chat it up with us on Discord. Our highest rated indies from the first quarter of 2024 video is now live, so if you get a minute, please go check it out. It could be a great video to send to a friend who doesn't spend enough time outside of AAA games. Next week isn't looking too terribly exciting for Nindies, but an indie world could certainly turn that around. And the headliner, Planet of Lana, is nonetheless a great platform adventure that fans of Inside or Limbo should eat right up. For me, though, the following week is the one that's going to be crazy. With the Yuden Chronicle, Tales of Kinzera, and another Crab's Treasure? I can't wait to tell you all about them, friends. But as far as today is concerned, we're all out of time. Thanks so much for watching, liking, subscribing, and sharing Nindie Nation with others. Until next week, I'm Jeff. This has been Nindie Nation episode 207. And remember, no matter what type of game you're looking for, Nindie Nation will be right here to help you find just the thing to keep your Joy-Cons synced.